Alright, I got a bone to pick. Look, what happened today, it was terrible, okay? And today I speak of, December 14th, 2012, okay? Fucking lunatic walks into a school, shoots, 20, 30 fucking little kids, kills them, okay? Really fucked up. Yes, I agree. Super fucked up. As with current, mass murdering trends in the United States, Democrats and Republicans have taken to their posts and gone to town fucking arguing with each other, okay? And I don't mind passion, I don't mind any of that. None of us should mind passion, none of us should mind conviction, none of us should mind any of that. What I do mind, however, is this fucking retarded bullshit, this fucking idiocy that's just plaguing everybody, where we all take either the Democratic side or the Republican side, where we all go, do I want to be viewed as this, or do I want to be viewed with this? Do I think one thing on this side, therefore take on all these views, or do I think one thing on this side and take on all these views? And it doesn't matter whether you're sitting in some fucking retarded college coffee shop listening to some fucking douchebag 20-year-old kid talk to one of his friends, or whether you're on a fucking gun range in, Hicksville, USA, listening to a stereotypical redneck talk to, one of his cousins or whatever. People on this side and people on this side, they're both saying the same fucking points on either side, like a script, like a retard, idiot fucking robots regurgitating the same information over and over and over again. And nobody is asking, nobody even looks or cares to pay attention as to why we buy this bullshit, why we buy and think it's normal and think it's truth that's being preached to us, that 50% of the country agrees everything on this side, and the other 50% of the country agrees everything on this side, on all points down the line. Even if you differ on a couple, you're pretty much 90% on this side or 90% on this side. Even if some of the beliefs on this side are contradictory to each other, same thing on this side. Nobody fucking wants to look at it or anything like that. And today, as of with everything, they fed a fucking issue right down the pipeline, and we fucking flocked to the opportunity to argue with each other and keep ourselves preoccupied with another fucking issue, that being gun control. So let's talk about gun control, shall we? I'm going to start it off first by telling a little story. I lived in Detroit, okay? I'm from Michigan. I lived in Detroit. Not in Detroit like some fucking people from Michigan say, where, they say they live in Detroit, but they actually live a couple miles north of the border, which isn't quite living in Detroit. Let's be honest. I lived in the city, okay? I was up in my room one day. It was about 3:30 in the morning, and I heard some noise downstairs. I knew what it was. People were breaking into my house, so what do? I get on the phone, I call the police. Hello, 911, someone's trying to break into my house. They say, okay, sir, what's your address? I tell them. They said they're sending a car out. No fear, have no worry, a car will be there. Well, I hear these motherfuckers going through my shit downstairs. I go downstairs. Thank God I didn't have a fucking family. Thank God my girlfriend at the time wasn't staying at my house, because these motherfuckers were doing their things. And when I go downstairs, there's two guys standing there. One of them has a crowbar. The other one has a fucking tire iron. And when they see me, they tell me to go back upstairs. And I say, you're in my fucking house, dude. What do? The guy with the tire iron raises it and comes at me. So here I am, patiently waiting for the police to come save me. I'm in the situation. Guy with a tire iron is raising it, literally walking towards me, probably fucking club me in the head. Who knows? God knows what. All I know is there's someone in my house coming at me with a tire iron. His boy with the fucking crowbar is standing behind him like, this is all normal. It was fucking strange. What do? Well, luckily I have a gun. I pull my gun, I raise my gun, I aim it at the guy with the tire iron. He stops dead. Oh shit, backs up, does one of these. Him and his boy piece the fuck out. End of story. Now, here's the kicker. I sat there waiting for not 1 hour, for not 2 hours, not even 3 hours. I shit you the fuck not. I waited for 4 fucking hours. 4 hours for the police to come to my house. 4 fucking hours after these motherfuckers left with their tail between the legs because I had a gun. I waited for 4 fucking hours for the police to get there. You don't believe me? Go look at the fucking news. Read the shit that's happening in Detroit. 4 fucking hours I waited for the police. What would I have done if I didn't have my fucking gun? As with most responsible gun owners, most, I say most, because 99.999% of the people in the country don't take their fucking pistols and go out and kill a bunch of innocent people. What would I have done if I didn't have that fucking gun? Well, God only knows, and I don't want to know, okay? And here's the problem. Here's the fucking issue, is the arguments against gun control and for gun control, everybody's saying the same old shit. They're saying, well, oh, look, another mass murderer shot up a bunch of innocent people. This is why guns are bad. Look at all the terrible shit that's happening in the country. This is why guns are bad. And we take these extreme situations and we blow them up and we say this is why everything's fucked. But everybody who's arguing for it fails to recognize that, number one, the majority of people don't have this fucking problem. Number two, regulation doesn't work. Okay, regulation doesn't fucking work. Let's look at our history and see some examples of regulation. Prohibition, did that work? No. Prohibition spawned the rise of criminal enterprises such as the most famous criminal in American history, that being Al Capone. Yes, that's correct. He was a product, a direct product of the making of illegal alcohol in the United States of America. Let's look at drugs. Let's look at the drug regulations in the United States. Good thing drugs are illegal, because now nobody in America does any drugs, right? Fuck that shit, dude. This is the problem. Why do people think that if we regulate something, all these problems are gonna go away? Because they fucking don't. All that happens is the criminal enterprises who still, relish themselves in these products, they become more segregated, more powerful, and now anybody who was gonna get a gun to do fucked up shit with is still gonna be able to get a gun, and they know that you don't have one. Period. That is the answer to it, okay? Because anybody who is capable of doing what this guy did and shot up this fucking school, or anybody who's capable of going to shoot up a fucking movie theater in Colorado, or shoot up his college, or shoot up his high school, anything, any of these fucking mass murderers that people are just loving to do nowadays, any of this shit, anybody who's capable of doing that, they're still going to be capable of doing it, even if we either make guns illegal or extremely tighten the sanctions on them, they're still going to be able to do them. Abso-fucking-lutely, because regulation doesn't work. And another thing, let's be honest. Take the guy in Colorado, for example. If everybody in that theater had a gun, I don't think it would have gotten real far. But that's besides the point. Let me ask you a question. Everybody that's for gun control, if we regulated gun control, let's say we made guns illegal, 100% illegal. Let's look at a little hypothetical situation here for a second. Do you think that the President of the United States would get rid of his Secret Service? Do you think he would stop riding around in bulletproof limos? Do you think that when he gave public speeches, he wouldn't have that fucking glass wall in front of him that protects him from not knife-proof glass, but bullets? Bulletproof glass, keyword being bullets. Do you think he would get rid of all that shit? Fuck no, he wouldn't, because he would still know that even with regulation, these motherfuckers are still gonna get guns. And that's the whole point. Gun regulation is not about keeping us safe from each other. I'll get on that fact. I'll get on the laws that are designed to keep us safe from ourselves in a second. But that is not what it's about. People will always be able to get guns. It's not about keeping us safe, okay? Let me just kind of delve into this for a second, all right? I don't understand how people come to this. I don't understand how they so fully trust their government, how they so fully go to this, how they so blindly ignore the laws that are being made, and they go, oh, well, these laws that are being made by these people, they're just, random laws here, random laws there, and they support us with this, and they support us that. I don't understand how you seriously fucking think that the most powerful country in the world, that the people that are running the most powerful country in the world don't have an extremely calculated and systematic reason and approach and plan for why each and every single fucking thing that they do is done. And if you think for a second that because we get to choose a Democrat or a Republican to vote for, that we live in a democracy where we choose our elected leader, you are fucking retarded. You are an idiot, and you need to look at shit as a fucking real adult and get out of your bullshit mindset of Democrat or Republican. Look outside the box and look at reality, because there's reality and there's everything else, okay? And the problem with people is they get so committed to the left or the right that when the truth starts venturing down a path that doesn't quite lead to the side that they're looking at, they put on their blinders and they say, fuck it, I don't want to hear about it, okay? And the problem with the gun control is that is assuming, gun control is assuming and putting more trust and more power into the government. Now, for whatever reason you have to not want the government to have more power or trust or capability or responsibility to defend you, I don't care whether you think they're against us, for us, to defend against evading powers or against each other or whatever, the fact of the matter is they are incapable of it. They're fucking incapable of doing it. Jesus fucking Christ. Look at hurricanes. Look at the fucking hurricanes. Let's take Hurricane Sandy. It ravaged part of New Jersey. Now, this is a state. One of the 50 states I'd like to add. Could we, the United States government, we sent in FEMA, okay? That's what we did. FEMA, a federal government agency, was responsible for protecting the people and getting us back to everything we should be at, blah, 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 and we're all going to be okay. It couldn't do shit. It could not do shit. They were incapable of protecting the people in New Jersey. Those people starved, they fended for themselves, and FEMA wasn't able to do shit. That's one state. That's not even the country. That's one state. Not even that. Look at New Orleans. Look at Hurricane Katrina. That's not even a state. That's a city. We can't protect one fucking city from something as a hurricane, a fucking hurricane. And you think that these people are going to be able to look out for you when a time comes where you might need to be in a situation where you should have been looking at yourself? Fuck no, dude. Fuck that shit. I don't understand how we put so much faith, so much trust into this fucking government that has repeatedly, time after fucking time, showed us that they are nothing but undeserving of that very fucking thing. Of the very fucking thing. They are undeserving of every bit of trust and loyalty that we have to these motherfuckers. Okay, look at our fucking national debt, for Christ's sake. Look at it. It is higher than it's ever been. It is getting higher every single fucking day. But we don't point the finger at the government. What do? We point it at one side of the government, okay? The Republicans blame Obama. The Democrats blame Bush. But nobody blames the government as a whole. Nobody looks at these fucking people as one entity. That's why they have it separated in the two sides. So we don't turn on the government itself. We turn on one side of the government. We only blame this side over this side. Because these people are for us when these people are clearly against us. Blah, blah, fucking blah. Seriously, that's how we think. That's how you think, dude. If you're a Democrat or a Republican, guarantee you think if your side was in power and this other side was just gone and would shut the fuck up and disappear, everything would be all fine and fucking honky-dory, dude. That is what you think. And you're fucking stupid for thinking it, dude. Wise the fuck up, seriously. Nobody wants to point the finger at the government. And not even that. With the national debt the way it is, some people are even suggesting that we give more power to them, that we give more of our money to them, that we take more of our taxes and hand them more of our fucking taxes. Dude, and it doesn't make sense. Okay, let's say I'm related to you. Let's say I say, hey man, let me get $100 fucking dollars, dude. I gotta do this. Take that $100, I fucking blow it. I come back to you. Let me get $200. Please give me $200. I promise I'll spend it good this time. Take that, I fucking blow it. Would you be sitting there after time and time and time of me again blowing your fucking money? Would you say, you know what? Billy deserves more of your fucking money. He deserves more of my money. I'm going to keep giving him more. I'm going to keep giving him more. No, you would not say that. Yet, why aren't you saying it with the government? How could anybody in the right fucking mind think that we should do anything but stop giving money to these fucking idiots, but stop trusting them to spend it properly? It's like La La Land for us, simply because we don't have to take the money directly out of our paychecks and give it to them. It's automatically taken out, so to us, it's like Monopoly money. We don't even fucking notice it's gone. But I'll tell you what, if you got paid in full and had to write a check to the government every pay period for the amount you owe them in taxes, I guarantee you'd be a little more pissed off when you see the way that this money is getting spent. But they completely dodge the blame. They completely fucking dodge it. They turn us on ourselves. They turn us on the 1%. They turn us on this. They turn us on that. And literally, we get these people protesting the 1%. We get part of the 1% protesting with the people protesting the 1%. Why? Because they're on this side and the other people are on this side. So yeah, they're going to protest and blah, blah, blah. But what you don't fucking realize is the government are the very fucking people who are the 1%. This is supposed to be a government of the people, made up of fucking farmers, mechanics, waitresses, waiters. That is what this country was founded on to be. That is what we're supposed to be. But instead we have these motherfuckers born from the start to be career politicians, getting born and raised and bred and fed to be these fucking people to conquer the country on power trips, fucking American royalty, Kennedys, fucking Clintons, Bushes. These are the people running the country who are so far out of touch with what it means to be a common day American that it's completely fucked. And we sit here doing nothing. We sit here and do not question why laws are coming into place. Such laws as, you gotta wear your seatbelt because otherwise you could get hurt. So now it's against the law not to wear your seatbelt, even though you're the only one to get hurt. You can't do drugs because that might hurt you. You know what? I don't know why these laws are getting put into place, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm not fucking ignorant enough to say, you know what? There's no real cause or reason, a greater reason behind these laws. Because like I said, dude, you really think these people are running this shit with just some random fucking sleight of hand, unorganized fucking approach? Fuck no. There is something very systematic about this, and no matter what you think it is, it's time to come to terms with what this fucking country was founded on and admit that our government is now too far out of touch and too far not of the people for us to stand by and sit and let it happen anymore. And the problem is people like myself who speak up, as soon as we do so, what happens? We're dubbed lunatics. We're dubbed extremists, okay? If God forbid I believe in God, or else now I'm a religious nut job. And if I put religion with fucking my beliefs, now I'm a terrorist. And now we have laws such as the Patriot Act that are put in place that says, oh God, if you're suspected of being a terrorist, if I put out a video like this that is just speaking a point, even though it's not encouraging people to do any bodily harm to anybody, it's not doing anything that could lead to any kind of damage or whatsoever, it's still legal for them to put me in jail, give me no trial, and hold me indefinitely just because, well, who fucking knows? That's legal, my friends. That is a fact. It is legal for them to do that now to American citizens, but you fucking know this already. You know they're killing American citizens overseas and on this soil without fucking putting them in front of a court, without putting them in front of a jury, without sentencing them. They're just bombing them, killing them. Fuck it, done. American citizens, this is happening to. American fucking citizens. And the problem is we're all so comfortable in our bubble. We all think, we're all in this mentality of, Americans have the it can't happen to me mentality, okay? We all think that this shit isn't really happening all over the fucking planet. We all think that it hasn't been happening all over the fucking planet for as long as human beings have been alive. We all think that even if it is happening on the planet, it'll never happen in this great fucking country. We'll never see bad times or this and this and this. We'll never see a war on this soil. We all think it's not going to happen to us. We all think that we're going to just be able to completely depend on this government and blah, 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 and everything's going to be fine. Let me ask you this. Let me point out how fragile your way of life really is, how dependent on these fucking retards you really are. Because here's the deal. Think of it like this. What would you do if your grocery store stopped getting food delivered to it tomorrow? What the fuck would you do? Okay? What would you do? How dependent are you? Think about this. What would you do if the water company, if people stopped going to work for the water company and you could no longer get water out of your faucet? What would you do if the electricity got cut off to your fucking house and the natural gas? What would you do when the grocery stores ran out of food and the water wasn't coming out of your faucet and it wasn't being purified and recycled and this and this and this, and you were completely stuck to depending on you and only you? What the fuck would you do? Don't think you're all of a sudden going to make a switch and suddenly be able to start living off the land, because you're not. You're not going to be able to. And don't think for a second that fucking Superman government is gonna rush in and come down and save you from the fucking hellhole that will become this country if something, God forbid, like that should happen. Because it's not gonna happen. We couldn't even save one fucking city. We're not gonna be able to save an entire country if something like that happens. And let me tell you, dude, shit like that happens all over the world. It's happening right fucking now, and don't think for a second that it's not capable of happening in this country. But you're so dependent on them. You're so terrified to rock your little fucking bubble of comfort. Your 9-to-5 job, your 401k, your fucking Monday night football, and keeping up with the Kardashians and fucking conversations you have with your coworkers around the water cooler. You don't want to shake that. You don't want to put it at risk. You don't want to take a chance it's going to get put on the chopping block, and this shit might not be there tomorrow. They got you fucking trapped in this rat race to where you can see everything happening, but you're too terrified to do anything about it because you are completely fucking stuck and dependent on these traps they've set just for us to get from day to day. But you don't complain. Why? Because these traps happen to be semi-comfortable traps. But ask yourself a question. Are you really fucking happy? Are you really fucking happy with the way it is? And do you trust these fucking people to do what's best for you? Because here's what I think. I think these people are so far gone from who we really are, they don't know what the fuck is going on in our average life. They just want to keep us content and out of the way. And if you don't fucking believe me, get off your ass and do the fucking research. Look into the shit, okay? Because I'm tired of people talking when they haven't looked. I'm tired of you acting like you know shit because you've been told what to say and you're regurgitating it word for word and you think you know what's up because you don't fucking know until you go look. Plain and simple. Don't take my word for it. Go look. Seriously, go look. Don't take my word for it. Go fucking look because you don't fucking know until you look, okay? This country was founded on people going to their government and saying you've gotten too big and too tyrannical. Fuck you. And now we're terrified to do it. Why are we terrified? Because we don't want to get dubbed as terrorists because of things like the Patriot Act. We don't want to get dubbed as fucking extremists and outcasts and risk everything that keeps our lives so fucking, content in this fragile little fucking ecosystem. We don't want to risk any of that, and we know that if we do shit like this, we'll do that very thing. That's why people like me come on YouTube and wear masks and shit. What the fuck is up with that? When did we get to a point not only to where we're scared of our government, but where it's okay for us to be scared of our government? When did we get to a point in this country, the greatest country in the world, that was founded not on us being scared of our government, but them being fucking terrified of us? When did we get to this point? Not only where it's happening, but where we're okay with it. When? You tell me that, because it is fucked. I'll tell you that much. It's fucked, okay? We are supposed to be a country where the government is of the fucking people. That is not what's happening right now. Patriotism is being blurred with terrorism, okay? They're telling you that if you're a patriot, you're a nut job. And I'm fucking tired of it because there are so many people out there who feel exactly as I do, who are terrified to stand up. They're terrified to stand up because, yes, shit is still comfortable even though they see the bullshit happening. And they're too terrified to stand up because it's comfortable. Because when the water boils slow, even though it's getting hotter, it's not getting hot quick enough for us to hop out of it, and that's the fucking problem, okay? Now, I'm not suggesting you go out and do a bunch of fucking bullshit. I'm not suggesting you cause mayhem. God, no, I'm not suggesting any of that. I'm not suggesting go out and inflict bodily harm. I'm not telling you to go out and do fucked up shit or anything. I'm not telling you to do any of that shit. I'm telling you to open your fucking eyes and come to terms that you are the one that has the power, not them. They are not the people who have the power, and it's going to take us standing up for what this country was founded on, for what we're supposed to be doing, for everything that makes what this country is. It takes us standing up for that and saying, fuck no, you've gotten too big, too out of touch, you need to fucking go. And it's not going to happen until we do exactly that.